Have you ever had a dream where you realized you were dreaming? If so, congratulations, because you have done what many of us spend our entire lives trying to do. Lucid dreaming, the practice of becoming aware that we are dreaming while we are asleep. Now let's go back in time and discover the many ways humans have thought about dreaming across the ages. We will take a look at ancient traditions that incorporated dream work into daily life, mystical schools that used lucid dreaming as a path to higher states of consciousness, and even some of the earliest psychological interpretations of this universal human experience. And finally, we'll see how lucid dreaming is applied today, not just as a fascinating curiosity, but as a powerful tool for personal growth, creativity, and healing. First, let's start with a quick overview of what lucid dreaming actually is. Basically, it's the ability to be aware that you're dreaming while you're asleep, so that you can have some control over what happens in your dreams. It's like being able to fly or become invisible. Except this superpower is completely real, and anyone can learn to do it with a bit of practice. Of course, it might sound simple in theory, but actually doing it is another matter entirely. Let's start by exploring some of the ancient traditions that incorporate dream work into daily life. One of the earliest known examples of this is the Egyptian dream temples, which date back to around 3300 BC. These temples were places where people could go to sleep and receive divine guidance through their dreams. The most famous one was probably the Temple of Amun at Karnak, which housed an oracle who interpreted the dreams of pilgrims seeking advice on matters such as love, fertility, and the future. In fact, there was even a special school of priests called the TMI, who were dedicated to studying and interpreting dreams. Another early tradition is Tibetan Dream Yoga, which developed around the 7th century CE. This practice is based on Buddhist teachings and focuses on using lucid dreaming as a path to enlightenment. According to Tibetan Buddhism, the dream state is simply another realm of existence, like our waking state, and it's just as real. By learning to control our dreams, we can gain control over our minds and eventually reach a state of perfect peace and happiness. One of the key figures in Tibetan Dream Yoga is Guru Padmasambhav, who is said to have taught these practices in Tibet around the 8th century. He is often depicted as a wrathful deity in art, because he used tantric methods to shock people out of their normal state of consciousness and make them realize the true nature of reality. Shamanic practices in various indigenous cultures around the world also involve a great deal of dream work. Shamans are often seen as intermediaries between the spiritual and physical worlds, and they use their abilities to heal others or to commune with spirits. Dreams are an important part of this process because they allow the shaman to enter the spirit world and interact with various entities. For example, in some Native American cultures, shamans use a technique called the soul flight, where they consciously project their soul or spirit outside of their body while sleeping. This allows them to travel to different realms of existence, such as the upper world of the gods, the underworld, or the spirit world of animals. They may also use dream time as a way to access memories from past lives or to learn about the future. Finally, let's look at Greek oniromancy, which literally means dream reading. This was a form of divination that was popular in ancient Greece and Rome, where people would interpret their dreams to gain insight into the future or the hidden knowledge of the universe. One of the most famous Greek oniromancers was Artemitris of Daldis, who wrote a book called Winarakritika, which was a compilation of dream interpretations based on his own experiences and those of his students. He saw dreams as messages from the gods that could reveal things about the dreamer's past, present, and future. In more recent times, the field of psychology has offered some interesting perspectives on dreaming. Let's explore some of the most influential theories. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed that dreams were a window into the unconscious mind. According to Freud, dreams allowed repressed desires and thoughts to escape into the symbolic language of the dream world. He also believed that dreams could provide a release for sexual and aggressive impulses that were unacceptable in society. Of course, this was a controversial idea at the time, but it paved the way for future research into the depths of the human psyche. Carl Jung, who broke away from Freudian psychology to develop his own analytical psychology, had a slightly different perspective on dreams. Jung believed that dreams were a way for the psyche to work through unresolved conflicts and move towards individuation, which is a process of becoming a fully realized individual. He also believed that dreams could provide access to the collective unconscious, which is a shared storehouse of human experiences and archetypes. Jungian dream analysis focuses on understanding the symbols and archetypes that appear in dreams and how they relate to the dreamer's personal journey towards wholeness. More recently, researchers have begun to study lucid dreaming as a tool for understanding consciousness and self-awareness. Studies have shown that lucid dreamers are better able to distinguish between their own thoughts and the thoughts of others. They are also better at regulating their emotions and are less likely to suffer from anxiety or depression. In fact, some researchers believe that lucid dreaming could be a valuable tool for people who are struggling with mental health issues. So as you can see, there are many different ways to approach dreaming, depending on whether you prefer a more mystical or scientific perspective. Now, let's look at some of the ways that lucid dreaming is being used today. There are all sorts of techniques that can be used to induce a lucid dream. One of the simplest ones is the reality check, where you periodically ask yourself, "Am I dreaming?" If you do this enough while you're awake, you're more likely to do it in your dreams, which will trigger lucidity. Another popular method is the wild or weightless initiated lucid dream, where you basically train your body to go to sleep while maintaining a high level of awareness. There is also the mild or mindfulness and induction of lucid dreams, which involves repeating a mantra or affirmation before going to sleep in order to program your mind for a lucid dream. But why bother learning how to lucid dream anyway? What's the point? Well, there are all sorts of potential benefits. For starters, lucid dreaming can be an incredibly fun and enjoyable experience. It's like having a whole other world at your fingertips where anything is possible, and there are no limits to what you can imagine. You can fly, become invisible, have superpowers, visit other planets or time periods, or hang out with people who have passed away. The possibilities are really endless. Besides that, lucid dreaming can be a powerful tool for creativity. Many artists, writers, and musicians report using lucid dreaming to generate new ideas and solve creative problems. When you're in a lucid dream, your mind is free from the constraints of logic and rationality, which allows you to come up with some truly innovative and original concepts. It's like tapping into a limitless wellspring of inspiration. And if that's not enough, lucid dreaming can also be used to overcome nightmares and heal from trauma. By confronting your fears and negative emotions in a safe and controlled environment like a dream, you can weaken their power over you in your waking life. Some people even claim that lucid dreaming can help them access past life memories or connect with their higher selves or spirit guides. While there is no scientific evidence to support these claims, they remain popular in certain circles and are worth mentioning for those who are open to them. Finally, lucid dreaming can simply be a fun and engaging way to learn new skills or practice existing ones. If you want to learn a new language, play an instrument, or solve a difficult math problem, try practicing in your dreams. You might be surprised at how much easier it is to learn when you don't have the limitations of your physical body holding you back. To sum up, lucid dreaming is a universal human experience that has been pondered by mystics, scientists, psychologists, and everyone in between. From ancient traditions like Egyptian dream temples to modern research on consciousness, there is a rich history of trying to understand the nature of dreaming and how it relates to our waking lives. Whether you are interested in lucid dreaming for its spiritual, psychological, or practical applications, it is clear that this extraordinary ability is a powerful reminder of the limitless potential of the human mind. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below and tell us about your experiences with lucid dreaming. Do you remember any other interesting facts about the history of lucid dreaming that we missed in this video? If so, please share them with us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.